Na National Commission for Democracy. Na salon so we dey talk about positive participation in governance. Na salon.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans and members of the international community, today, Friday, September 15, 2017, is International Day of Democracy, a day that was set aside by the United Nations through the Inter-Parliamentary Union some 10 years ago to provide an opportunity to review the state of democracy in the world. And in this instance, the focus is on the state of democracy in Sierra Leone. The theme for this year, 2017, is democracy and conflict prevention. And this theme focuses attention on the critical need to strengthen democratic institutions to promote peace and stability. The importance of this theme in the Sierra Leonean context cannot be overemphasized, as the atmosphere for peace should be fostered throughout this period in readiness for a very crucial aspect of the democratic processes, as attention is focused on the March 7, 2018 elections. Fellow citizens, as we join other nations of the world to celebrate this day, we must recognize that the values of freedom, respect for human rights, and the principles of holding periodic and genuine elections by universal suffrage are essential elements of democracy. Furthermore, we must be mindful of the fact that democracy has provided the natural environment for the protection and effective realization of human rights. In this regard, everything must be done to uphold these ideals so that the dividends of democracy are cascaded to the common man, as the atmosphere is established for our democracy to work by utilizing ways and means that are keen to our context and cultural environment without losing sight of the fundamental tenets of democracy. We have come to the realization that the provision of strong leadership to support democracy, strengthen civil society, empower women, and uphold the rule of law are considered as conditions that preserve stability and peace. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, as a people and as a nation, we must continue in very significant ways to lend support to this culture, institutions, and processes so that we can consolidate our democracy amidst challenges and trying times with due consideration given to the importance of the political economy in transforming the nation's democracy. In all fairness and honesty, democracy cannot work or stand on an empty stomach, and as such, huge effort is required as a matter of urgency to improve on revenue collection drive and wealth creation mechanisms that favor the critical masses of the people, as the political economy is the foundation for a sustainable democratization process that is considered as effective. At the National Commission for Democracy, we continue to give direction as to the route our democracy should take, even as we educate the masses on their rights and responsibilities as good citizens on the basis of empirical evidence. Currently, we await the publication of the findings of a national survey that was done in collaboration with Statistics Sierra Leone on the state of democracy in Sierra Leone, with the outcomes considered as very crucial to informing mindsets that are not inimical to peace and stability in the nation, as we continue to focus attention on the state of our democracy, even as a nation is at a crossroad, with the March 7, 2018 election serving as a critical factor in sustaining the gains realized in holding elections that are seen to be free, fair, credible, and free from violence. Also, as an institution, we have in place a week-long program starting from today, ending next Friday, September 22nd, 2017, to celebrate the International Day of Democracy with room for radio and TV discussion, including a national symposium on the theme. Fellow citizens, at this juncture, it is our resolve to re-echo the sentiments expressed by the current United Nations Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, in his address for this day, that the world, and in this instance, the nation of Sierra Leone must recommit itself to espouse the values of peace, justice, respect for human rights, tolerance, and solidarity. With these values in place, the world in general and the nation of Sierra Leone in particular can attain unprecedented heights in delivering the dividends of democracy. We are cognizant of the fact that democracy is under serious threat, but we must seize this moment and appeal to all stakeholders, both national and international, for such a recommitment to these values and ideals that reflect the positive side of our common humanity and avoid anything that can undermine our democracy. At this critical juncture, it should be reiterated that with a common resolve and a conscious avoidance of double standards, we can give boost to our democracy and avoid occasions for tension and conflict. Let us all resolve to give peace a chance for our democracy to work, especially through peaceful elections, so that entrance legitimacy can be injected into the body politic. Every other thing is rested on our ability to resolve issues without recourse to violence or chaos, as this will determine the extent to which we have grown into maturity, especially political maturity, an ingredient needed for the forthcoming elections. It behoves all to resolve that the nation of Sierra Leone should strive to forge ahead on the basis of democratic good governance, with the effort of all required to achieve this very critical goal of sustainable democratic consolidation. The possibility is crystal clear, and we must grab it and make it work. Let us shout loud from the mountain tops of Bintumani and from the roars of the waters of the Mano River, from the plains of Kwendu to the shores of Freetown, to let the world know that we are ready as a people to foster all our democratic processes, build our democratic culture, and develop our democratic institutions for a better Sierra Leone. I wish you all a happy International Day of Democracy. God bless a peaceful and united Sierra Leone. I thank you for your attention.